What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Third matchup between these two teams to see who's going to emerge victorious, who's going to be the 3 seed, who's going to be the 4 seed, and will it even matter when push comes to shove and the playoffs happen? Who's to say? But I know which way I'd rather be leaning. It's the better number.
Yes.
It's not bigger number, better person. It's lower number, better person. So that's how playoff seeding works, John.
Mm. Indeed it is. And look, Nouns going to have to shake off that last loss on Vertigo and come back to their strongest map in the pool. 12-3 over the last 3 months. 63 round differential, and it looks like Stamina is going to get one here before going down 4v4, and good flashbang thrown for Eris, but he can't capitalize on it.
Look at this spot for Carson, though. They saw him get through here, so they have to know it's a possibility, and you can see how focused they are on trying to deal with Carson. They're so wary that he could have gotten in towards Market. So Jules has come all the way back around to secure this. This is a really weird round to try and read the tea leaves if you're Strife. A player got all the way through the stairs smoke. But it seems like they're going to be content to play the buddy system here and trust that he didn't work his way into Market. That's a lot more faith than I would have in their timing. But it does seem to be the case. I don't know if the shutter wasn't broken. If so, that likely makes them feel a whole lot more secure. What they'll do is they'll leave Carson in position to maybe punish a rotate here and instead pressure in towards B. And it's the right time. Infinite had just pulled off to see what was going on in towards mid. He's going to be back around, but they get this kill Van. Well, may not have come in time. Infinite's quick on the trigger. Carson does get his one, but he's nowhere close to the scene of activity. He's got to try and get in here because right now it's bwills pulling off a clutch. bwills has no idea. bwills has no idea, but he realizes in time. A footstep comes out from Jules, and bwills snappy on the trigger.
Wow. Wow, I thought bwills was dead to rights when I saw him trying to plant that bomb. I guess he got a lot of and said, wait a second, someone's here, and immediately got the headshot. Wow, what a flick. What a 3K. And bwills was the top frag when they last played against Strife here on Mirage. It was a 16-8 win. bwills had 22 frags. Mark top tier at 94.5, and bwills top rated at 1.52. But speaking of Marky, I think he loves Mirage, and he would be very scary coming onto this map, especially since he was not really that visible over on Vertigo. He's going to be hungry for some frags.
That's a nice boost up. Stamina's got a cheeky mag. And he's going to get one off of the cheeky mag. Oh, he's going to get another as well. Coming through the smoke. Stamina making money off of this at the very least. Money is all he's going to make in this round. Infinite. Shouldn't have the opportunities here, but they're staying to fight him. And with an deagle, I don't know that I'd want to stay post onto that angle.
Cool $1,800 for Stamina there.
Yeah, a little cash flow, a little cash money.
But the round going the way that you would expect, 2-0 in favor of Nouns. And like I was saying earlier, I don't really think that the loss from Vertigo is going to affect Nouns too much. I'm pretty sure that that was just a map where they wanted to experiment a little bit, go into the playoffs and see what they could do. I think they determined that there's a lot of work left on Vertigo if they want to implement that into their pool as a surprise pick into those playoffs. 2-0 for Nouns, as they will have a bonus round coming through. In fact, more than that, because Strife's not going to be buying up here. It's just going to be pistols. Some upgrades here. 3 AKs, the Galil, and another Galil. Marky's pretty effective with it, though.
He do be good.
He do be very good.
Do be good at the clicking and the clacking. Cynic. Space. Relentless with it.
Yeah.
As we've come to expect. He's already got all this ground. One opportunity for Stamina. He's not able to capitalize, and so Cynic has just torn asunder whatever hold they actually had towards B. It was a heavy mid presence, and Cynic has single-handedly one-man army destroyed it all. Oh, and he's on pace for the ace. Cynic looking for this. barely even needed his teammates to get involved in this round. He's just spotted the last, and he's got it, and he looks good for all 5. Now, you may be saying, it was just ecos, and it is just ecos, but it's pretty impressive, because at no point in that round did Strife see any other player on the Nouns team.
Wow. Yeah, great work from Cynic. He finds his first ace on the season. In fact, the first ace, believe it or not, for Nouns throughout the entirety of ECL Season 44. They finally got it in the last possible map that they're playing in regulation.
Marky get one on Inferno, or am I crazy?
Did he? Maybe he did. Am I?
No, I'm thinking the Infinite ace. Sorry.
Okay.
There was an ace on Inferno, but I'm pretty sure it came from Infinite.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was as well.
Or no, Snakes. Snakes. Sorry. Snakes got the ace. In the round where I shouted, he's back.
Yes! But there was
go.
no ace from Nouns.
All right.
This is the first one.
All right, there we go. Crack the code.
Yeah.
Put on my detective hat there. Puzzled back through my short-term memory. Like a goldfish, it's just gone. This double push up mid could get interesting. The problem is they're losing the sight in the meantime. If Stamina goes down here, which he will, nothing else they can do about it. Connector player gone. So Joel's, he gets a cheeky spot. He gets a shot. But frankly, Nouns don't have to care.
No. This is, they look so much more comfortable. Like, this is the Nouns we expect to see on pretty much every single map they play. And what their vertical play reminded me of, Mike, was the way they looked on Nuke. When they played it a couple of times in a row and they kept losing there, and you're like, why are you picking on to this? But then the third, fourth, fifth time they played after that, it looked absolutely lights out incredible. And you saw them literally finding their groove as the map was going on. I think in that third time that they were playing it in a row. So I think that's the same case for Vertigo. I think they just want to try to expand their map pool as much as possible and be dangerous pretty much everywhere.
I mean, there is no feature like live prac.
Yep.
Scrims, especially in North America, a lot has been made about the quality of scrims and the quality of practice opponents. And I mean, you see this discussion even recently. I think Stico put out a tweet when oh, I'm blanking on it now. Oh, when Nafany was on HLTV Confirmed, where he talked about the fact that that Cloud9 team is actually one of the best teams to practice against because they take every possible round of practice as seriously as possible. Whereas, you know, even among Tier 1 teams, that's a rarity. And it is just kind of astonishing when you hear so much about how different prac is from live official reps in terms of just the quality of play you get from a lot of squads. Yep,
definitely. I mean, I feel like it's slowly changing perhaps in NA, but it's going to be a long time before we're at the point where, you know, like the EU practices that they get in.
Yeah. Clearing towards Con. This could be dangerous, actually. Snake's around the corner, but plays a little wide. Left eye into right eye. A little bit chunky there. Aris. Nice. Speaking of chunky, does some chunky damage. Drops the bomb. That's the bomb. Stamina's now got a rifle. He's got the bomb down. He repositions, gives up this fight. He doesn't want to just duel it. He's going to try and make the preemptive strike. Cynic wary of it. Molotov's going to make sure that that's the only route that Stamina has into it. And if he goes through this murder hole, he's going to play right into Cynic's hand.
Such a good read.
10 steps ahead is Cynic. 5 rounds ahead is Nouns.
I mean, I love the play from Stamina trying to outwit Nouns, but then Cynic is just even more ahead, like you were saying, of that play, realizing, oh, this is a little bit strange. He's not repeating this. Maybe I should fall back into window and hold a really good angle if he comes in through the broken wall, and it's exactly what he does. So this is looking like all Nouns all the way. Extremely comfortable. Not much to speak of at all from Strife. Even Marky hasn't really been needed so far. It's been Cynic with that ace, bwills and Carson doing work. And Marky's just like, guys, save some frags for me.
He's probably fine. Hop in the backpack for a little bit.
Yeah.
As they keep on chewing through, you know, light work for Marquet. That's a nice opener. There we go. The op comes out. Frag follows. That's just going to send them further in towards the site. They're emboldened. Stamina. He saw somebody on the second peak, but a tick too late. That's going to be a nice find. Playing the angles quick on these shots. Snakes into it as well. Clear out Joel's in mid, and the second kill from Carson. This asks some questions. The problem is CJ's stuck in sandwich. His position, I don't think, is known. Now he's alone. Oh, but he's found the first. He's already made this expensive. He's already made this so costly. What else can he find? Smoke to block off Khan. Stamina. Looking like he's thinking about going through it. That's really deep. Up the steps. That wasn't anticipated. Stamina seals the deal on the round, but that got very expensive in the waning moments.
It really did, but Stamina's play is stellar there. The peak and the shot, so snappy on his second frag. And even then, right at the end, pushing up the stairs, unexpected entirely by CG that Stamina would make that play. Then he hits a perfect shot to nail the round. So Strife finally cracked that goose egg. It took only 6 rounds, not too bad. But it was enough money built up in the bank here for Nouns for not only this buy, but another one after it if Strife can come through and pull off another one. But really, it's only been Stamina here in the early goings for Strife. Everyone else has been pretty much quiet. bwills waiting for some aggression to come through here, potentially, towards T-spawn. Now he's going to throw a smoke for mid. Window smoke, the connector smoke, and the Stamina op frag to open up the fragging again.
That flashbang timing, Nouns, it doesn't quite work out for them. Carson splash, blinding him Cynic, so he can't find the ladder kill. And now they're in trouble. They're still in this position. Marky had to know, but he catches him at the perfect time as he's falling off, adjusting the aim. And these players are caught out in no man's land. They know it. Carson's going to try and find them a little bit of safe footing. He'll do so. Got a path, but the problem is that path is being watched. Stamina. Posted up with that AWP. If they go around the corner by bricks. Gonna hurt. Eris burning. Knew he was a dead man. Tried to maximize something out of it. Not a bad attempt.
Oh.
That nade. bwills 3 points of health here, John. He's limping.
They're kind of stuck. 25 seconds left. I'm not even sure they're going to make a move to a site. They might just try to save.
Yeah, it's a tough ask, though. Here comes the move around. Carson gets away.
The bomb's not there, though. It's just hunting for frags.
But the damage is so huge from this T side. If they can get one more kill. bwills. Well, that's a choice from Stamina. And now that's an op given over. That's the op taken out from the CT side. That's pressure on. bwills trying to find whatever safe spot he can, and he will indeed bring the big green into the next round.
I don't know what's the... Sorry.
He went out and found a prize.
Yeah, I don't know what's going through Stamina's mind there. Just
they knew they were in ladder, right? Am I crazy?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, they knew Carson had gotten out, so maybe they make the assumption, but I mean, Eris was killed from the players in ladder, so he knew once upon a time players were in ladder.
Maybe he just didn't think that they could possibly be there anymore. I don't know, but Stamina completely overlooked it. He's just jumping around, throwing util there, trying to support his teammates in a hunt, but no clue that bwills was there and hiding in ladder room, and he gets the upgrade to the op, which is really helpful because Cynic can get it in his hands. Doesn't have to invest into it. We're going to get a timeout called here. I'm not sure what the nature of it is. Looks like just a regular timeout called by Nouns to talk things over, because that's 2 in a row for Strife, even though it's been expensive for them. That's the thing. Strife are getting up to these really early men advantages and significant ones, but then losing the bodies in the latter part of the round. You see it in their economy. Everyone below 1K. In fact, 4 or 5 players below the 500 mark as well. All right. Strife sending 3 players immediately towards this A site. Pretty strong defense there. No one watching mid at all. They are giving up mid control to Nouns. That's surprising.
This is interesting. It's going to give a lot of room to rumble, but it's going to avoid that early fight in a round where you have limited utility, right? Save it back in towards the sites a bit more. Sail a nade, put them on notice. That's a big find. Marky just trying to make the individual play out of apps, but he was disjointed from his team. This is interesting. They had the Palace lurk here, John, but that's going back to clear out spawn. Presumably going to go back to find the bomb. So we don't really know which way they want to take this just yet.
Marky's MIA. What is happening? Usually so effective on those lurks, but Strife reading him like a book. And Infinite gets the second frag onto CJ. Another 5v3 for Strife. I believe this is their 3rd in a row.
Seems playing back towards the sites, working very effectively. And again, we have individual plays going on. There's a player in jungle. Nice read from Carson. Interesting read, though. Is there a world where they expect this Firebox player?
I don't know. Probably not.
Carson's trying to clear this out. He's surprised there hasn't been more of an adjustment, I think, into this just this far. But he's looking for Tetris. He's not looking for Firebox. And oh, now he knows.
Wow,
now he
Carson.
knows.
What a
He
clear.
processes and he spams. I don't know what tipped it off even, but that's unreal from Carson.
I think he might have seen the barrel of the gun or something. I don't know.
I think he just figured someone's got to be here. And he was absolutely right. I think they chase Stamina out of this now in a 2v3. Yeah, the utility's gone for the T side, but you got no presence on the site. And as we've established before, John, your money, it's putrid.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen this happen so consistently where a team gets off to an incredible start. 5v3, 5v2, and then they lose all the bodies. And this time it's going to cost them the round. Didn't cost them the round in the previous two, but now here they have to save. The op and the A1S have to come through if they can. Carson's hunting, and he's got a beat on both of them, but can't connect on the shots. Will Nouns go any further into this fight? I don't think so. You want to hang on to the op and the AK, even though you can afford to lose them. You don't want to. There's a 6th round picked up. But Strife, their bank accounts, not good.
No. No, they need a financial bailout. They need a rescue package. John, they need some sort of cash to reinforce because they are broke. So pause will be taken here. Strife maybe trying to button up those late rounds. The advantages have been great, right? The early round's been great. It's everything after that. It's, shall we say, not so much.
Yeah, at least over the last 3. Before that, it was all Nouns. All right. Well, Strife will be able to cobble together a buy-up here. It's not going to be a bad one at all, aside from Snakes, who has to settle for a 5-7. I say settle, but it can be very, very lethal, of course, as we've seen many a times over the last couple of months. 150 on the clock as we get going here, round number 9. bwills going for a boost here for Cynic so we can see over the top of that Molotov, but they don't really get any visibility on the players here. Although there are a couple in connector who could get trapped here. A smoke getting tossed, Strife realizing it, backing off, and now they've got a crossfire potentially set up here for the T-ramp, but the utility sailing in. Stamina gets chipped down to 90, and Snakes, talked about that 5-7, almost got the headshot, and it's infinite to take down Marky towards the B apartments again, Mike.
Secret Agent Marky, not something you see very often.
No.
His lurks have been shut down round after round, but that was still a huge missed opportunity for Snakes. It could have been the potential winning blow into the round early on. Carson looking for it. He still wins that fight.
Wow.
Was checking underpass as well. Absurd that he gets away with it. Repeek into window, and CJ's now on the scene as well. So they have confirmation the 2 players are in mid. Problem is it cost them 2 players to do so, and look at Carson. He's in the jungle. He's out. The ramp push from Snakes might be critical here. If they don't anticipate it, they saw it here previously, so they should be expecting it's a possibility, but Cynic dropped. It's going to mean they're a little distracted. Oh, there's the plate through, and Snakes does 0 in the kill this time. bwills down for the count. Time starting to become a major pressure here. They have to find something because they're caught in a triangle of 2 right now.
Weird.
And that triangle will finish them off.
They just completely forgot someone was over ticket. Like, it's just a complete oversight. And they had just gotten a frag a moment before that. So, yeah. Anyway, Nouns, a little disjointed there towards the latter part of that round. And they go down. A 3rd one picked up for Strife. Not much money in the tank for Nouns, but they decide to go for that force buy. They love to do it, and it will yield a pretty decent buy-up. You got an AK, a Galil, 3 Tech 9s, maybe something faster for Nouns, which we haven't really seen yet. Looks like they wanted to, but that Molotov's going to slow them up a little bit. You got 3 smokes to work with. Probably going to get 1 for jungle, 1 for stairs, and 1 for CT, as Nouns are already lining them up.
Fast play, but the sandwich player catches them off guard. They weren't expecting it. It's a sneaky sandwich that Nouns find themselves fighting into. And it's going to cost them.
Well, here's the eco now. Nothing at all really coming out of that previous round except for bwills, 1 towards Sandwich. And as he was trying to get the AK pulled out and ready to fire, he goes down. That is 3 in a row. should say, I think 2 in a row for Strife.
2 in a row.
Yeah.
Punctuated by 1 lost round.
That's right. That's right. So 3 out of the last 4 going Strife's way.
4 out of the last 5?
Maybe.
6?
4 out of the last 5? Yeah, 4 out of the last 5.
I don't know anymore.
Some of that. We'll get it eventually if we give, if we say enough of options.
4 out of the last 10 rounds have gone the way of Strife. That I can confirm. Stamina, making it look like this one's going to be going their way as well. Marky, will you finally crack that goose egg?
I don't think so. I mean,
They may not realize he's here in kitchen. Find the back of Stamina's head. Nope, he won't. This isn't the round. What is happening for Marky? He just get out of B, man. I get that you're the B lurk, but maybe just don't for a round.
yeah, I agree. I was gonna say exactly the same thing. Just mix it up. Get Marky out of there because it's not working. It looks bad. And 0-9. Oof, I can't remember the last time I saw Marky struggling this much.
Change the scenery.
Yeah, you need it. You have to. You just have to say, hey, guys, look, someone else lurk. Let me go with you guys and try something else. There we go. Finally. Change of pitch for Marky. He's going to go towards top mid. Instead, he's got the bomb on his back, and it's going to be an engagement right off the docket. Stamina gets the opener here, despite the fact that he got flashed immediately afterwards, and no trade. There was an opportunity there. They couldn't get it. Now they get the trade, but there's the response, and more from Strife. 3 frags in a row. Cynic trying to make something happen, but it is a 1v3. But it's not going to happen. Jeez.
Well, now.
Yeah.
Tied scoreline here. All knotted up. The pieces not looking as they should over on the Nouns side. And that malcontent from Vertigo seems to have crept into Mirage as well. I mean, look, we do talk about a Mirage CT side being a potent thing. It's possible that 6 is plenty for Nouns, but
yeah,
it's the manner in which they've been blanked out of these last few that has to be a little concerning.
Definitely.
Whatever your interpretation. Mid players, it could be a bit of a risk. That's why the Molotov goes in, to give Joel's the comfort to go for this peek. Flashbang gonna get thrown, or is he just gonna try peek it?
I think he's dry peeking.
They're waiting for the contact. Waiting for the contact here. There it goes. This is ambitious, but Joel's, he's gonna make it look very good. And he's gonna get the third as well. Why not? Have to be good into that angle. He is perfect. Nope.
Jeez, like they need to get Marky activated because he really is that difference maker on this map. And if he can't find his rhythm, it is going to be really tough for Nouns to come out with a victory here. Sure, it's the first half. Maybe he's going to come out in that second half and just blow us away. But right now, it's just been completely just empty on his side in terms of what he's showing us. Strife taking a 7-6 lead, their first lead of the map here. Marky, not lurking anymore. He's just sticking with the team as they try to get that mid control. But again, Strife are giving it to him. Look at this heavy presence on A. They send 2 players down T ramp, and they could catch off bwills, or maybe bwills gets a Duke. There's one for bwills, and I have to imagine that Stamina's gonna put a foot on the brake. No, he needs to charge up, and he gets the frag. Good decision from Stamina. He also picks up the AK for himself.
Now they got this positioning. They're gonna crunch in towards window. Gonna take out the ladder presence. The bomb's committed connector, which is the problem here, because ordinarily with this kind of lean, with knowing that you've lost ramp control, you might try and bring it. That doesn't seem to be the answer at all. And taking Stamina off the ticket, this is now spicy because he was the player who pushed up as well. So they get the information that he's pulled back out of ramp. Joel still has to spot Palace, but it's gonna be tough to work with that smoke down. Bomb's going down. Do you want to try and chance it? No.
It's planted in mid too.
They're available. See if they can bring it through. ESL setting up flashes, setting up nades to set up his team to bring them over to these choke points. Player, tough one. Cynic taken down at the steps. The second as well. Time is an issue though, and Marky has finally cracked his goose egg. Carson into it as well. Just infinite. Bomb planted in the open. What can he hope to do with no cover? Just wants damage, and that's going to be all he can hope for. He's out of there.
Oh, well, that's not just a round victory. It's Marky breaking the goose egg. The first one is the hardest to find, and once you do, usually everything else starts to go your way. So, good news for Marky, good news for Nouns as they finally get back onto the scoreboard. We are tied up here heading into the 15th and final round. That means the winner here will take that ever so slim edge heading into the second half of action. Will it be Nouns who got off to the hot start 5-0 in the lead before Strife bounced back, or perhaps Strife will be able to close out this half with a lead? And we talked about it, CT side, will in generally be favored here on Mirage, but Nouns have been far more impressive on their T sides in the past. They look a little bit shaky still.
No, this is ambitious. When he doesn't find it on the first contact, it's gonna go to waste. Just a good old beat pop. Why not? Strip it down for the last round. Pick at the pace. Hit on in.
Nice
Infit's got a cheeky spot though. Master of the cheeky spots. He's losing teammates, but can he capitalize? Yes, he can. To the tune of 2. Snake's back in there as well. Leaves up to the clutch. Carson. Not got a lot of health, but he's got some time. Bomb will go down. Time enough to plant this. Take up the post, but it's Carson, so he's always going to be trying for the cheeky angle. Jules has some awareness. Will reposition here towards catwalk. Bomb going to go down. Where does Carson want to play this post plant?
I think market.
It's a good read. It's a good spot. Not going to reload either. Not risking that, so only 9 bullets to try and find this kill on the Jules. Needs the headshot. That's exactly what he's looking for. We'll cross him, and there it is. No extra ammo needed. We're headed to the half. One more half to try and separate these two teams with an 8-7. It's as close can be, John. And based on what we've seen so far tonight, frankly, I can't read these tea leaves.
No, it's been a strange one, and even that last round of the half, Carson pulling off a clutch that seemed unlikely given the circumstances. So let's see if Strife can come out here and take another pistol round. They've been pretty strong on them so far. CJ trying to jump over the lip of that smoke, can't really get much visibility, and this is pretty much a retake setup for Nouns. They're going to try and get on this flank, which will be extremely dangerous. They're going to have essentially Strife surrounded from every single angle in the post plant retake.
We still have to fight through a Marquee. Starting this half off a little better. What's gonna get first blood? Trade is in though. With this connector position, they've got a strong base to defend from. Seeing the effect, they gotta get quick onto this. The tap on the bomb to try and bait out the response, but they're getting nothing. It's gonna be this headshot by the steps. It's the hardest to find. Snakes. Last one alive. He's got 2 to deal with.
There's a
and
kit
he's
somewhere.
repositioning. If they had a kit, this would be wild. But now they have to stick it. That's won the round. It's all over. Snake seals the deal.
There was a kit, but it got dropped at Cat. Oh, man, that's really just a shame that the kit wasn't available to Nouns. They win the fights, but they lose the battle. As Strife take an 8th round and tie us up again. They're going to immediately invest into an AK and 4 Galils, and over on the Nouns side, well, you expect a force buy because it's Nouns. And yes, there's the force buy. You have a FAMAS, a Scout, only 157, thought we'd see more than that, but a couple of Deagles to round out the buy. Get a frag in that pistol round. He's starting to activate a little bit. We'll see if that continues on forward as the rifles, or when the rifles come out.
Push Scout off the angle, force the Carson forward. They'll get the ladder at the very least, but they've lost bwills in the meantime. Softens up the A site in a big way. Now they've done a little bit of tenderizing. Strife's going to see if they can't get into the meat of the matter. Looks like they want to take this B. Bomb committing into the apps courtyard. Terrible based on the lead for Nouns. The problem's going to be this pinch on the Cat players. And actually, what is going on here? They've gone through connector. They're taking A, but not with the bomb. They would sell it quite well, especially as the second comes through. That presumably means the rotation has to come on, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're going to fight everywhere.
Oh, Marky's aware of this somehow. Yeah. That doesn't
Nope. They had already taken a fight with the Cat players, and I guess they had enough vision to know they'd never moved off.
Huh. All right, then. So, weird round, but of course, Nouns with the limited firepower, unable to really do much of anything against Strife, who have retaken the lead. 9-8 in their favor. And Nouns probably going to be on the eco here. Yeah, they're going to save up. Maybe some pistols bought up at Molston. That's pretty much it. A couple of P250s, 4 pieces of util, and that is it. Joel's going to toss a Molotov immediately into connector as Strife are setting up for an A hit. And that is the right decision because there's only one player here. There will be a second soon, maybe a third. But again, it's just pistols against AKs and Galils. Uh-oh.
Stamina. Really losing his life against the pistols. Not even finding damage back in turn. This is going to get a little spicy now. Cynic under pressure here in Sandwich. Somehow makes his way out. But into the waiting arms of Strife. Damage is the name of the game at this point. Because, I don't think they're winning.
No, I don't think so either. Marky's got a 4th for himself, and, well, that's going to be the end of him, and likely the round, because Carson just got a USP from Cat. Maybe he'll catch Stamina if Stamina gets a little too eager to hunt with 11 HP. But looks like he's going to hang back here.
Say that. He's still crossing the angle.
Yeah.
He wants that one. He can smell the eeks. Not ready to give it up just yet. Snakes, though, will get his 3rd of the round. Snakes having another good game here. 16 and 11.
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. mean, I think, yeah, on Vertigo he had 16 at the bottom of the scoreboard, but still serviceable. He's already got 16 here, though. And this one's not even done. Leaving the scoreboard or close to it behind Stamina, who has got 20. bwills going into connector. Joel's already got some position towards top mid. I'm not sure he spotted out, nor if it's really going to matter, because Strife's going for the execute here onto the A site. It's attracted the attention of Nouns, and maybe Marquis will be able to get one here.
There's Markey. Finding one. Finding that pressure on. And the utility, I mean, that just sets chills up in the open for bwills to strike. Now, attempting to smoke CJ. Looked like he might be finding something, but he's cooking nothing. Stone soup. Right now, bomb will go down. Everybody's pretty damaged up. Carson. If he could get an angle to use his utility, it'd be huge. Then he'll just go by the might of his guns. He spotted everyone. He's got them all as well. They were all lined up for him. And every swing just revealed another player.
3 1v1s for Carson. Well isolated, honestly. Full credit to him. That's the second or third time we've seen him pull off a sequence like that so far in this series. And Nouns absolutely needed that, because after their advantage came in, the two-man advantage, they pretty much threw it away because both players went into disadvantageous fights individually, and Strife were able to get the bomb planted, make it a 3v3. Luckily for Nouns, Carson was there to shut things down. Or actually, bomb didn't go down, right? I'm crazy. I don't know. Either way.
It did not.
Yeah, I'm crazy. That's what I thought.
Go down. No bomb.
It's getting
I
late.
had to think about it for a moment.
Yeah. I sold it so well that you were convinced, but it didn't get planted.
No.
Carson was too quick.
It's interesting as well, right? I mean, they clearly knew about the position. They were ready for jungle, but they just seemed a little stalled out. Huge kill from bwills. The second as well. Why not? The Molly's too late, and he will give himself up, but gladly embraces oblivion, having found 3 friends to come along with him. ESL has a cheeky angle. Up connector. He needs the kills, though. He's found the first. There's a player sitting default this entire time. CJ hasn't had to do anything yet. Just wondering whether he's going to be needed. He might not be needed.
No. Oh, yeah. But he's going to go down.
He doesn't even land a bullet in that one. Now there's a chance to get back towards the bomb. ESL has given himself an opportunity to make something of this round. What was looking dire. He wanted to fake the drop to see if they'd chase, and well, they haven't given him that satisfaction at the very least. But with 40 seconds, ESL has a lot of options for how he wants to approach this. Yeah. It was looking so cool until that moment.
Yeah.
All good. No one saw it. Little speed bump. 25 seconds. 24. They're clearing in towards site. If they see nothing, are they going to start to rotate a player over? Carson's going to shift off. That means we've got the 1v1s on site. Cynic reads it, but he doesn't have the shot. ESL continues this ridiculous round. And he's got a chance. He's got a chance to be a real dang hero here for Strife. Smoke adds a little bit of misinformation here, a little bit of doubt about where ESL could have gotten to. He's playing the edge of it. If Carson comes around this corner, is he ever going to expect the player to be so aggressively postured?
He falls off of it.
Sticking off. Carson eliminating spots, but he's not gotten the response he's hoping for just yet. And here it comes, and there's the shot. ESL.
Goodness.
A 1v3 pulled off like a magic trick. That was a thing of beauty.
Man, CJ had bomb control and everything. He didn't even have to be playing on the site. He could have just waited over at the bottom of ramp, because that would have been a better position to hold given, you know, where ESL was. But once he goes down, ESL just kicks it into high gear, and he continues to impress me, Mike. Throughout this entire series, the one we saw yesterday, he looks pretty darn good. 16 frags here. And that was a hell of a performance. A 4K, in fact. Won the 1v3, but had a frag right before that. Well, let's see if Nouns can recover now. That's a great round for Strife to pick up. Nouns deciding to force up. It does give Carson the op. Must have been a positioning move here for Carson to grab the AWP. Usually, of course, in Cynic's hands. Carson Waiting. Should be able to get one unless a flashbang guys is off his vision. They're going to dry peek it. There's the freebie. Can he get away? No.
No. No, he cannot, John. Denied from the bailout. Marky finds himself in a cheeky spot, but Joel's ready for it. The flank is going to be on quick, but they're on towards the site. That's a big find from Cynic. Sections off Infinite means he's going to have to approach this a little slower. He's not going to be with his teammates. Are they going to expect the players into apps so quickly? They know that Cynic could be here, so they have to have the possibility, but CJ, he finds the moment. Still Infinite's coming in on this flank. He's got to go quickly. They're ready for it. Now to pinch in towards this player. Get right. It's all on Infinite. It's all on Infinite, and he's not got it. The round pulled out of the fire. Massive play from Cynic on the flank, and now a defuse sees this go back and forth, John.
Yeah, honestly, it's all Cynic in this round. All pushing up aggressively towards the top of mid, gets one, and then the second after he finds the player trying to get into those apartments. If he hung around a little bit longer, could have even had the third and stopped Infinite from taking out his teammate. But, you know, I think he realized it for a moment. He's like, wait a second, could there be another player there? But by the time he doubled back, though, Infinite was safely into the apartments, and he decided to go back to camp, which was, in the end, the right decision. Great play from Nouns overall on their defense. And it's 11-10. We're down to only a one-round lead again. And after all those heroics from ESL, thought maybe that was the killing blow, and Strife would be able to carry the torch to victory. But as of right now, it's still anyone's map and series. These teams fighting tooth and nail for that second seed. Here comes Strife, charging on forward. All 5 players into the site. Do they expect CJ here? They don't. CJ's not going to get the first or anything at all. Wow. bwills gets one. Cynic connects on the nade, but CJ is looking a little rough around the edges right now, as Infinite's going to charge into CT. Great flashbang thrown from ESL in support. That's the 3v2.
Oh, my goodness. Stamina. The panic there on the drop shot. He finds it. Make something of this, and that's going to be the cleanup for Strife. Stamina, I think, getting away with one there. Dropping past the AWPer. Could have been disaster if a finger click goes through and the no-scope hits.
Jeez. Oof. This continues to be back and forth here.
But it does. A real nail-biter this is turning into. We didn't really expect that from the series tonight, but Strife have put up one hell of a fight. Now, I mean, they're in pole position to close this and eco out. We know Nouns is still dangerous regardless of what guns they have in their hands, but this one's looking like a far-fetched idea until... Unless...
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. A 3-on-3 exchange in towards mid, and the bomb found, and guns picked up, and oh my goodness, John, this round is on. Ooh, that shot zeroed in, but it brings it down to the clutch. Full health for Marky. Just a mat 10 for Snakes, but with no armor, that might as well be an AK. Oh, and he's got it. He's got the headshots. The gun out just in time. That one, the slimmest of margins, though.
Oh, my goodness. I thought Nouns were going to pull that off, and that wasn't much of an investment at all. Strife almost dropping the ball there in that round, but luckily they pick it up at the last second and hug it for dear life, ensuring that the 13th round would come through. That's just a little bit fortunate, honestly, that Marky came through, because if he decides to just stick the bomb and hold the angle, he probably had the advantage. In fact, definitely has the advantage in that engagement against the MAC-10. Doesn't have the armor, but the more distance he had, the better it would have been. Anyway, Strife do get a 13th. Nouns onto their proper buy-up now. Carson gets caught out. It's nicked for a little bit of damage. Marky's down for the count again. Stamina dealing the blow to him. Snakes finds Carson. bwills only gets one in response, but the B-site's taken.
It is indeed, and this aggressive play on towards Catwalk's going to work out for Stamina. Catches bwills off guard. They're looking disjointed now on the Nouns side. Cynic getting a kill, but that might just secure the save.
Yeah.
They really want to go for this. They're really going to risk it here. It's tempting, right? This isn't out of the realm of possibility just yet, and you know their economy's brittle as well. But Snakes here in the apartments.
They're going.
Waiting. CJ's playing into his hands, and Snakes, oh, can't finish his food, can't finish the kill. I nade my chase. But it doesn't find it. CJ continuing to dismantle this. How is this working out? How is this the round where they're finding the kills? A 1v1. Cynic has to chase it. He's got it. Does he have time? No. No kit. No time. No chance. But no money either. Saved through for Strife.
Wow. Second time that Nouns have won a fight and not been able to defuse because they don't have that kit. But still, you're right. Expensive for Strife. Should still be able to get a very respectable buy up into this round, but Nouns have to be kicking themselves right now. Just a kit away from victory. (14-10) and still looking fantastic for Strife. We're trying to steal away this series and jump right on over Nouns in the standings. Stamina's got a great spot at Tetris. I don't think CJ has any clue that he's here. He actually does. He peeks around and gets the headshot with the FAMAS of all things, and a 5v4 finally going in the direction of Nouns.
Always aware. Always aware. Is
bwills.
CJ.
Timing.
The timing on this one. Eris just wandered from the crosshair of bwills. Didn't realize he was so far forward on the peak, and this round is collapsing. This is like dominoes, one falling after another. And this is not a round Strife can afford to lose. Yes, they'll still have the lead, but the money's going to be putrid, John. The cash is all gone.
Yeah, this is some very puggy CS right now, Mike.
It's gotten messy. It's gotten so very messy. Infinite brings back one at the very least. I don't want to allow Nouns out of this one scot-free, and it seems like they've still got hope that maybe a bomb plant exists as a possibility. But it's going to take some big snakes plays to find it. Here comes the man in question. First player spotted. First victim, perhaps. His aim's not on. His aim's not true, though. And CJ's on the scene. Respond. Infinite can do no more. 3 rounds between these teams, and Nouns a chance now to close that gap. It's a double eco situation for Strife. They're presumably going to buy in here, John, but
yeah,
we're going to see this lead shrink before you know it.
Yeah, this is likely. Look, we want to say likely a 12th, but Strife have looked pretty good on their forest buys so far. They've made life extremely difficult for Nouns, especially way back on Vertigo. Feels like ages ago that we were there. But Nouns got a little bit of an economic footing in that previous round, with 4 players saving their rifles on forward. A couple of AKs as well upgraded too. Carson's going to toss a nade. That should do a little bit of damage. Yeah, stamina goes down to 70. Carson continues to spam forward. And Strife, well, they're going to continue their trek towards the B side. They're going to try and waterfall out, and Stamina gets the opener. Marky has to do a lot of work here by his lonesome, and it looks like he's going to get caught out. He does get a second right before biting the dust, but it's still a 3v3. Can he plant the bomb? It's stuck towards bench. That's a big problem because it's being watched. They need a smoke here.
They crossed. They got it out. But, oh no, they can't plant this bomb. They can't get it down. 2 players have already made it out of market. Now they know it's insecure. It's completely uncovered. And CJ will put the final nail in the coffin that is this round. Now the eco. Now the toughest round to swallow. When you've got this kind of a lead, you're going to let them close the gap to just 1. Everything hangs in the balance here, John.
Yeah, it really does. What a swing this could be for Nouns.
A swing. Strife feels like they've done enough. They've done so much to try and put this team away, but it's not over till it's over.
Ooh, that was a nade.
Might be over a little quicker if you whiff your utility, but against Glocks, it should be forgivable.
Just make sure you
Gotta get that molly down.
Yeah.
All good. Whiff nade. Kill 4.
Oh,
easy.
The bomb plant.
Oh, bomb plant. Bomb plant. Yes, he's got it. All right, this round's successful.
Jeez, that's a free $800. They could have sectioned him off. I mean, so much work done by Carson. You just have to push in and try to prevent that plant, but they were too methodical, we're Nouns. And that's why Strife are going to have a much stronger buy-up heading into round number 28. If Nouns win it, though, we are going the full 30. Question is, that's a big if. look good. They got 3 in a row now. Strife find their rhythm once more here. Cynic gonna go for the early peek towards mid. No one's here yet. There might be one soon. Joel's perhaps waiting for a flashbang to be tossed for him. No one is here. And okay, now Infinite's gonna line up some utils so that Joel's can peek around this corner. It's gotta be good because you got 2 players here. Carson didn't even realize he pushed up close and personal towards top mid. This is a very lethal setup for Nouns.
They're going to take the initiative themselves. Flashbang in. Carson spots it. He's got the confirmation. He's going to back away. Hate the chase. Joel's catches that. Damage. And they're out of there. They spot the information. They have a bit of a read on what Strife would like to do. And they're chilling. This duel with the underpass player. This could be huge. There's the spot. There's the info. We're going to go down. Stall this out. Minute on the clock still. Ichi's continuing to be punishing here. Just whittling away bits and pieces of hell. Making these players just a bit softer and over the smoke.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. That's exactly what Carson was waiting for. He's got the sight lines. They're going to bring the pressure in. But Carson, doesn't even matter if they get him down. He's done enough work. He's done enough work. And they're lined up. Oh, the jungle player could be deadly, but bwills does enough, and CJ's there as well for the second bite at the apple. We're all tied up, John. We're going the full 30, and Nouns are in control.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The economy is really tough for Strife. I mean, what do? Do you force up here? You got the full loss bonus coming into the next one, but if you don't get the bomb plant here, then you're in the same situation in the following round. Still, it will be likely full rifles for them. Maybe they settle for a MAC-10 to get a full belt of util on either Joel's or Snakes, but wow, this is a good time to call a timeout. That's for sure here. Talk things over, settle it down, because there were some mistakes made by Strife there, right? Because the smoke is not perfect into connector. There's a big gap above it. And I mean, there's no support. There's no supporting smoke towards Cat either. So they're fully visible to CJ, or excuse me, Carson, who's able to get a couple of frags off of it. Gotta be wary. At least watch it, right? I guess it is technically a one-way in some ways, but yeah. Alrighty. Round number 29. 4 Galils and the AK for Strife. Infinite immediately throws the smoke here, Mike. And that's going to be for Cat.
Do or die with this buy. They're risking it all. 100+ play. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a mid-crunch. Cynic, not quite committed, but he finds the gap in the smoke, and he's not punished. He's away for free. And that might call for his teammates to come in and try and fight with him on this smoke fade. Oh, they're stuck. They're stuck. That spray goes a bit wild, and Eris bringing it back too. This is a coup. An absolute get for the team. Snakes is going to be named into oblivion, though. He joins the space program. And while Infinite has got all this space, his teammate needs to come up to join him, and they've only got a smoke and 2 flashes to try and find a safe haven to plant this bomb. No safe haven given, all onto Eris now. A one-man army already spotted out, already being whittled down bit by bit, and the last bit comes from the barrel of Marky's rifle.
Wow. Look, Marky only had 2 frags in that first half. Now he's got 10 here in the second half. That was a big reason why Nouns were able to come back here and pull this off, but still, I think Carson has been an absolutely critical piece. Cynic as well. Both those players popping off to help Nouns get to this point. They're on map and series point, which honestly, I did not think I'd be saying tonight, Mike, because Strife were playing so very well. It looked like they were going to be able to close this one pretty handily, and then things started to unravel at the seams. And now Stamina, well, he's going to fall very shortly because he's down to 22 HP just from util, and Marky's playing a cheeky spot. He's going to come around and get 1, and not more than that, but CJ supports for 2 more, and they've got the man advantage here, Mike. A 2-man advantage. Stamina, last one standing, and he does get CJ.
He's whittling down bwills. He knows he has to push him in the corner, but he can't get the finishing blow. He's left the bomb as well. Smoke to try and recover this, to try and give himself the opportunity to make something of this round, to make a battle of it. But in the 1v2, he just can't get past the smoke. It's going to be Nouns taking it in regulation. They did it the hard way. 16-14 every round needed. Every map needed, but it's the result we expected all the same. They got it out when it matters most. They keep Strife from closing that map, and they find that extra bit of form that we expect from this Nouns roster.
I really do feel like Strife deserved to win Mirage. They played better for, I would say, 80% of the map. And then Nouns at the end are